Let's talk sports in general. Let's talk us. Let's talk life. Um, what's good with y'all, man? I appreciate all the support and love and shares and likes and everything that I've gotten so far over the course, about a month of me having this channel. Um, can't wait till the channel start growing and growing for real. But again, I appreciate everybody, man. I do a lot of shit. Like I work. I take care of my home. I cook. Like I'm the main cook in my house. Shout out to my girl. She do all the cleaning. I do all the cooking. Like super fair trade off. But I do a lot of shit, man. I record music sometimes. I got my MacBook. You can't see it. It's out of frame right now. But I got my MacBook back there. I play the game with my guys. I got a computer. I can shoot videos. Um, I do. I said a computer. I meant a camera. I can shoot videos. I talk sports shit. Like I like to move, man. My dream goal is to one day never have to work another job, and talking sports and doing any type of media is like what I'm doing for real. Like, so if y'all can help me get there, man, I appreciate that, and y'all won't ever regret it. Again, I thank y'all, and I send love to everybody who's continuously checked in on the channel, subscribed, liked videos, just done everything that a supporter does. I appreciate it, man. You gotta have more than one thing to do in life right now. Shit get boring around, especially around here where I live. Shit get boring fast. So hey, thank y'all again, man. Like I said, I be recording music. I never release it. I used to, but it's more so for me. I like listen to myself other than all this BS that's going on. So even if y'all want to come record a song, come fuck with me, record a song. Um, I record a song for you. Of course, that's not gonna be free, but shit, if you want to come put me on the song, bro, that bitch will be free. We'll spend all day in this bitch. I'll shoot a video for you. I'll take pictures for you, whatever. I got a nice camera, 4K. Like my girl got a nice vlog, man. I'm telling you, like life been decent for me lately. This PC was one of the best buys I've ever had. Uh, I just been doing the things that I've always wanted to do. Um, I'm 27 now, but for the last 10 to 12 years of my life, my goal in life was to speak on sports and be a sports analyst. I've always wanted to be a sports analyst. My boy Meech, remember that name, Meech. We used to sit in fifth, sixth grade and talk seventh, eighth. Like I'm not gonna lie and say fifth, sixth, but it's about seventh, eighth grade. We used to just talk sports all day long. Like that became one of my closest friends, and that's my boy to this day because he talks sports and he know what he talking about. So if you talk sports, you know what you're talking about. Come on, like I'm not gonna charge nobody. I'm not gonna do none of that. You know, the more the channel grow, the more things I could do with y'all. I got another homie of mine who does amazing sports picks. Like we gonna get this on the channel where he get his own segment and let y'all know what he got going on for the day, his picks for the week or day or whatever. Like presentation gonna change. Like give me time, man. I'm doing all this by myself, and I'm not looking shit up. I'm just doing it. I'm going forward with it. Um, yeah, man. Again, I appreciate all the support and the love that I've gotten so far. Let's keep it going. Let's get our first video with 500 views, 1,000 views. Let's just keep it going. Cause when you a fan, I don't want to ever call nobody no fan. When you a supporter of something, once you start seeing it grow, it make you happier too. And it's gonna make me happy. I get to do things, and then that way I can reach out to my community more and let's get it going. Like I said, I even record music with y'all if y'all need. As long as you ain't coming here talking about spinning the block, shooting at hops. I don't want to hear that. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm 27 years old. I'm a grown man. I don't want to do all that BS. I'm gonna keep it 100. But let's get to the original topic of the video today. Like I said, I'm gonna be going over Bleacher reports. Let's just click over there. Of course, they send a little ad right there as soon as I do it. We're gonna be going over the NBA power rankings two weeks before the trade deadline. Let's see. We can already I seen it already, but I was gonna guess that the Washington Wizards was already gonna be last. Um, they haven't really had much to really bank on this season. I play 2K a lot. By the way, NBA 2K rebuilds is coming as well, man. I hope y'all like them. We pushing the channel far this year, man. By 2026, man, this channel gonna be huge. I'm doing NBA 2K rebuilds and Madden rebuilds coming soon. Back to the Wizards. They haven't really been anything. You know, it's nothing. Like boring as hell. Shout out to Jordan Poole. He's been having a decent ass year. You know, he dropped down there 40 on the Warriors, leading to the dude that's texting him talking about what did he say? I'm really sorry. I really am. Draymond need to leave that shit alone, bro. Jordan Poole don't talk about that shit, bro. You changed that man's life. You knocked this nigga out, bro, on video. Like, he changed his life, bro. So, I think Draymond need to leave that shit alone. Kyle Kuzma, he steady in the media. He ain't in the media for talking sports or anything like that or doing well on the court. He be, baby, you guys are bad at betting. Nigga, you bad at basketball right now. You're terrible. You ass. I ain't gonna lie. Kyle Kuzma ass. Bub Carrington, he's a nice piece. Bilal Coulibaly, he's a nice piece. Jordan Poole's a nice piece. I'm not a big fan of Alexander Sarr, man. There's not much to talk about with this team. Is Johnny Davis still on the roster? That was one of the worst players I've ever seen with my own two eyes, bro. This dude here, y'all, man, let's go over his numbers. I think he was, the 10th pick? 10th pick? Ass. Trash. Can't shoot. Can't, yeah, man. This team it's not looking great for him. I don't know what they need to do. He said each week it gets tougher to imagine anyone taking the third. Yeah, they bad. They're bad. 12 straight losses. 6-37 on the season. Cooper Kupp, hey. Ace Bailey, hey. Dylan Harper, hey. 29th, you got the Utah Jazz at 10-32. It's crazy that they only got still got single-digit wins. They already at 10, and they was like, when they was at 5, they was at 7, shit. You got the Utah Jazz here at 29th. I think this team has too much too much of a veteran presence on this team. I think you need to be playing the younger guys, even though, like, Cody Williams, y'all will see that I pull up stats a lot so y'all can see. And it'd be a little blurry. I'm not sure how to fix that. If anybody knows how to fix this being blurry like this, maybe you gotta zoom in a bit. Like that look a lot better. Cody Williams has been really bad. Another 10th pick that's been terrible. Brother Jalen Williams. I had a lot of faith in him. I don't know why I took it down. Isaiah Collier, he's playing a lot of minutes, but he's still very immature. You seen him get into it with Colin Sexton other night. These guys got a huge veteran presence on their team that doesn't deserve to be losing the way they are. John Collins is back. He's averaging 18 and 8 and hitting 1.5 threes at 45% from the 3-point percentage. Like, he's not a great defender or anything, but if you need an athletic big that can rebound, that can run the floor, that can shoot, like, John Collins is your man. I'm not sure how he hasn't been picked up yet, but he hasn't. Lauri Markkanen hasn't been spectacular at all. He kind of came back down to earth. Pull up his stats as well for y'all. Lauri. What they call him? Lauri Legend, the finisher, Larry Bird. I don't even call him that shit. He came back down to earth like crazy. These was 2 outlier seasons for him. I think this is more the norm for him right here. A sniper from the 3, he hasn't been that this year. Colin Sexton and John Collins and Walker Kessler are 3 players I really want to see have bigger roles on other teams. The Lakers were trying to get Walker Kessler, but the asking price for him is outrageous. I think they obviously they're tanking for a Cooper Flag or something like that, but I don't see where you go with the guard play on this team because I don't like Keontae George at all. I think he's a 2 that's forced to be a 1 because he's not very big. He's not an overly aggressive. He's not a great playmaker. Like, he got some talent, but it ain't it. All right, so let's move on to the Charlotte Hornets at 11-29. It's crazy. At one point, they were 7-8 during the season. Since then, they're 4-21. Like, Ooh. You feel me? Ooh, damn, 421, nigga, damn. The losses keep rolling in for the Charlotte Hornets, of course. How many high draft picks are you gonna get on one team? They have been seeing breakout from Mark Williams, who I was always a huge fan of coming out of Duke. I was a huge fan of, and I actually got a Charlotte Hornets rebuild series right now where I got my starting lineup is LaMelo, Brandon Miller, Ace Bailey, Carl. I almost called him Carlos Boozer. What's Carlos Boozer's son name? The tall one. I'm not sure what his name is right now, but I done won 2 rings, and Mark Williams be putting up 16 and 10. I think this is a guy that's really, really, really good. He put up 38 on Memphis. He like this dude is a baller. Again, they got him here at 28. LaMelo, he's off injured. Brandon Miller off injured. Mark Williams is always injured. You had Grant Williams, he got injured. Like, I think this would have been a play-in team if not for all the injuries. I'm gonna be 100. I think this would have been a play-in team if not for all the injuries. The Brooklyn Nets, they done came way back down to earth. You remember in the beginning of the season, they were not just a play-in team, they were a playoff team at one point. They finally leaning into the rebuild, as he says here, though. I think Nick Claxton, I think he kind of fits the timeline of what they're trying to do. They're not trying to be like lose for 15 years in a row, you know. But Nick Claxton is pretty young, being 25 still. Probably he's gonna be 26 pretty soon here. But he still fits that rebuild, you know, like another 2-3 years. You can still keep him on the roster, and hopefully by then you guys will be at least somewhat a winner. They got like Day'Ron Sharpe and stuff like that off the bench. They're not a great team. They don't, outside of like Cam Thomas and Noah Clowney and things like that. They don't have much talent on this roster, and I guess that's what you kind of want. I think the best pick for them would be like a Dylan Harper. Let me say that for each team. For the Wizards, I don't know what I think any of the top prospects, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, or Cooper Flagg, like they would be best for here. I think you would want Cooper Flagg if you get rid of Kyle Kuzma. For the Jazz, I think you would want to get Dylan Harper. For the Hornets, I think you would want to get Ace Bailey. I think you would want to get Ace Bailey. You could run out LaMelo at the 1 at 6'7", Brandon Miller at 6'7", and you know Miles Bridges is only 6'7" himself, but him and Ace Bailey at the 3-4 positions, or however you want to line it up, and Mark Williams, that's a fun team right there. For the Brooklyn Nets, I think you 100% want to go Dylan Harper. I think you want someone on the side of Cam Thomas, so Cam Thomas isn't taking all the lead guard duties. But a Cooper Flagg wouldn't be that bad either, you know, like somebody who doesn't have to be the de facto numero uno scoring wise on your team, because like I say, you got Cam Thomas there. And nobody knows what his future is as well, but yeah. The Toronto Raptors, I think you would love a Dylan Harper to fall here. I think you would need Dylan Harper to fall here. There's not much to talk about here at all. I agree so far with the rankings. Toronto at 26. Scotty Barnes, I've always been a huge fan of Scotty Barnes. RJ Barrett, I think he was talked down on. But people do that selective ass seeing if you want to critique somebody for being inefficient. Like they do that for some players, then they don't do it for others. Like RJ Barrett is a really good player. Emmanuel Quickly, I don't know what he's gonna be in a full-time starting role because he's not doing it. You know, he's injured all the time. You got a Kelly Olynyk on the team. Jakob Poeltl, who I want to see in a Lakers uniform. You got a bunch of players there that you can move and get some stuff off and get some draft picks and just draft capital in, you know. Bruce Brown, he's back playing ball again. Yeah. Got Portland at 25. It's not bad. Scoot's been getting a run. He had that big game not too long ago. He had a really good game not too long ago. But this is one of the best. His best. This is crazy, I know, but this has been one of his best games. He had a career high 39. That 39-point game came on January 14th, so just about 2 weeks ago. He put up 39 in a loss, albeit a loss. But, that's good to see from Scoot. That's good to see from Scoot. He's playing a lot better once he gets a lot more minutes. Like, when you pay him 14 and 20 minutes a game, bro, that's like ass, bro. You gotta get Chauncey Billups out of there. How can I grow as a point guard when point guard and center are two of the hardest positions to learn as an NBA player? Point guard and center, how can I learn if you're not letting me start? You're not letting me play. Like, what's the point in playing the older guys over me, bro? I was the third pick overall. Okay, yeah, I struggled. But let's look at a player like this. Let's look at De'Aaron Fox first few years in the league. 11.6 and like his second year he was better in school. But he started 81 games. He started 81 games and got full control of the offense, Scoot not getting that. He's not getting that benefit of the doubt. I think he should be playing way more than just 26 minutes a game. He should have started all 38 games that he's played in. You can look at his splits. Where are the splits at? Oh well, you can if you get some time, look at his splits and see what he's playing when he plays like 30 plus minutes as a starter. Like, he plays a lot better. You got Donovan Clingan over there. He, like I said, point guard center. They need to be playing together so they can get chemistry. You need to get Anthony Simons off the roster, let him go win somewhere, get Robert Williams off the roster, get Jeremy Grant off the roster, get DeAndre Ayton off the roster. Like, there's so much to be done there. This is not a finished product at all. A player, I think you would love an Ace Bailey there. I think you love an Ace Bailey there. I don't think they'll be in range for him. I think they'll win too many games, but they would love it. Let's talk about one of the more disappointing teams, the Philadelphia 76ers. Who would have thought these guys would be 15 and 27 at this point? I don't like 33, 34, 35 plus age-wise. 34, 35-year-old guys getting $200 million 4-year deals. I think that's dumb. I think that's just outright dumb as hell. I didn't like that Paul George. I would have gave Paul George a 2-year, $50 million deal. I'm not gonna lie, and that's what he deserved right now. You was better off keeping Tobias Harris if this was what George was gonna give you. PG, he hasn't been great at all. He's been very lackluster. This whole team as a whole hasn't been healthy. Joel keeps going out. Joel might be older than what he is because that boy knees is no good. Tyrese is forced to shoot 40 shots a game and only hitting 15 of them. He's not having the greatest efficiency year. I know I was just talking about the RJ Barrett thing, but it's different when it comes to a player who's been a 40% three-point shooter, 43 back-to-back years, 37 last year, but he was still amazing last year, Paul George, you would have thought he fit that team, but nah, you don't got a real good four-man out there. You don't got a good enough backup center. It's just a mess of a team. Sit these guys. Go get you another piece, and if you think you can, trade that piece off. If you think Joel will be healthy next year, get it back. Trade that piece off and get something good. But as of right now, it's a wash. Season's a wash. Another wash team. These guys got a 12 and 32. They're down here with the Jazz and shit like that. Record wise, they did go on a nice win streak. They're doing well right now, but I think it's all too late. You got to win like 20 in a row to get back into good faith when it comes to playoff or play-in, It's too little too late. Zion continues to be the good Zion that we know. CJ McCollum is carrying his team. Is Brandon Ingram out for the season? I can't remember. I don't think so. Where's Herb Jones? Trey Murphy's been good. Eves Missy has been good, but DeJounte is all right here. This is not the season you wanted to see in New Orleans. Somebody left the team. Can't remember who left the team and said, oh, it was Dyson Daniels, I believe. Said there's something in the water there where you just always injured there, man. It's something bad. Maybe it's the nutrition and food there, but you see some positives with Zion though. You definitely see some positives, but I think you need to get off C.J. McCollum. Let that man go win, man. It's super unfair to him to be 12 and 32 at his age, and being able to still produce. You don't play in the NBA forever. Get rid of that guy. And that's not to say he's been bad. Get rid of him as a favor to him. Chicago, they should be they have a if they don't finish within the top 10 picks, they lose their pick. So why are they still battling for the play-in? I get it. You probably can't move off Nikola Vucevic. I always say his name weird. Nikola Vucevic and Zach LaVine as easy as you want, but come on, man. You guys have some talent on that team. You don't let Modest Buzelis see the court, but you let Patrick Williams see the court. Like, don't get that. You got Ayo DeSumo. You got Kobe White. You got Julian Phillips. You got some talent over there, man. But you got to get off these guys, man. You don't want to finish. You don't want to lose that lottery pick for nothing just to go to the play-in and lose in the first play-in game. That'd be stupid as hell, right? Bulls fans, if anybody's a Bulls fan, let me know. How do you feel? They have been playing well. Josh Giddey's been playing well. Kobe White started his career out. I'm a UNC fan, and Kobe White started his career out. I thought he wasn't gonna be as good as he is or as good as he has been, but he's been back to playing really good. It's just 19 and 26, and I'm on the Bulls. Like, it's not fun losing. Phoenix, these niggas started out super hot. They started out super hot. They've been making some moves. Man. They trying to get Jimmy Butler over there, and I do think Jimmy Butler fits better than what Bradley Beal was. That was a terrible trade. I am under the impression that Bradley Beal is overrated. I get it. He had back-to-back 30-point per game seasons, and that's not easy to do. You can't just go out there and be like, I'm the worst player ever, but I get 30 points a game. But who else was scoring on that team? I don't think Bradley Beal is as good as he is. I think he is best off as a second option, and they got him as a third option here, and I think that's just not where he fits. Devin Booker is a really talented player. Durant's talented. You got Yusuf Nurkic over there. He has been nothing short of disappointing as F, I don't know where you go from here. Does Jimmy Butler mean that you're going to win a Super Bowl? I'm thinking of the Super Bowl. Does Jimmy Butler being on the team mean you're going to win a championship? No. But getting him in won't hurt you because you're already ranked 21st in the league right here according to Bleacher report. Nick Richards has been really, really good for him. He did just have a huge game. Well, sometimes I think I seen his name spelled N-I-C one time. But it's N-I-C-K because he's spelled N-I-C-K. He's Jamaican. I'm making Jamaican jerk chicken nachos today. Yeah, though. He's what they needed. I think they like to run. He's had 2 20-point games for them. Let's count, we could probably count on one hand how many 20-point games Yusuf Nurkic has had. He's had a 15-rebound game, a 19-rebound game, 11-rebound game. He's not the greatest defender, but he's rangy, he's mobile, he can catch lobs. It's just, he's throwing the ball, make sure you dunk it. Throwing the ball, don't let him dribble and try to make decisions. That's not what Nick Richards does. His team has been disappointing, man. Last year they were almost a 50-win team. They're not going to get close to that this year. Golden State, I think this is where I disagree. I think Phoenix is a better team than Golden State. I definitely think Phoenix is a better team than Golden State. Steph needs help. It can't just be Steph by himself. Forget Draymond. Like these, Draymond them said that Draymond, I think, is gonna have some type of role within this organization after he's done. Because I think he aided in turning down that Lowry marketing trade, and you could really use somebody like that right now. His team has been super disappointing. I honestly don't think they were touted to be some top 6 seed anyway. I think they would have been a play-in team anyway it goes. It's just very disappointing, especially to see Brandon Podziemski not play as well as he can. Andrew Wiggins is okay. Jonathan Kuminga is just okay. You don't have a real center rotation. This team needs a lot of help. Buddy Hield replaced Klay Thompson for that first month. After that, he has been abysmal. He's been dog shit. He's been totally dog shit. Like, it's been very bad. It's not fun over in Golden State. And then they just came out not too long ago and said, it don't really make sense for us to trade all this good capital to try to win now when we got to worry about the future. So basically they saying like it's a wash. Like it is what it is. Like you said, if Golden State is hesitant, Golden State is hesitant to mortgage its future for a win now deal as Stephen Curry has suggested it should be. Like I think you gotta get this man something though. You have to give him something. He's gonna be a one-team player his career. It's not like you're gonna trade him, and Jimmy Butler's not gonna come save the organization. But you gotta do something, man. He's playing very well over the season, but these past few weeks, Steph Curry is not looking like himself. Got Miami down here at 21-22. They were doing decently well for a little while, but Jimmy Butler served a 7-game suspension. Now he's on a 2-game suspension. I don't know, man. I think the things that he's doing right now, it sucks. Like nobody wants to see a player like trying their best to sabotage the organization, go at Pat Riley. You still have you signed a contract, man. Play. You getting paid $50 million a year. Just play, dog. Like, I get it. Like, you don't want to be here, but come on, man. You finna be, 35? You don't need a $50 million contract, bro. I don't like giving them old dudes $50 million contracts. When I'm playing 2K and I do my rebuilds, if you 34, 35, 36, you asking for 40, 50 mil, I'm not giving it to you. I'm going to move on. I'm going to trade you. Of course, Miami don't want to just give him away for nothing. And they also don't want him to walk away for free, but man, it's looking bad. It's looking bad over there. Pat Riley and Jimmy not liking it. Not liking each other. Jimmy's never left the organization quiet. Bitch made. I don't know. You got like a hold of me, gang. I get it. Like, you tough, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You speak your mind. You got like a hold of me, bro. You go out there and ball, bro. Tyler Hero didn't do none of you. Bam didn't do none of you. You feel me? Like, come on, bro. Bam been struggling like crazy this year. They need you. Yeah. San Antonio. At 18, I agree with this. I like this. I think this is a great placement for San Antonio. San Antonio is a team that can beat anybody. They can beat anyone if they're playing at their top. And that's just because of Victor Wembanyama alone, Chris Paul has done wonders for Victor this year, who were having like he's playing a lot on the perimeter. And people were not happy with it, but if you look at the numbers, like, he's shooting 34% from the field, from the three, but it started out worse. You see here, I get it, 30%. It was a bad game for him, though. You get 43% here, 38% here, 36% here, then back down to 29. But, like, if he hit 3 for 7, shit, like, that's like 38%, 39% damn near. So, it's not like he bad from the three. I am agreeing that he could tone it down just a bit, but it's not like they going for a championship, you know. So play, like, work on things. Devin Vassell has kind of been very disappointing, but I think this team is in good standings right now. I think this is where they need to be. They don't have an overwhelming amount of talent on the roster, so for them to be at 20-22 and fighting for a playing spot, I think that's pretty good. Chris Paul, I think you give him I think he plays out this next year, and after that he retires. But he's done wonders for Vic's career because he's showing everybody this is where you get the ball to this guy at. This is what you do with a 7'4" guy with this long ass wingspan. You know, I've never been a big fan of Jeremy Sohan's game, but he's all right. Yeah. The Atlanta Hawks, this is a dangerous team. I love Jalen Johnson, dude. Jalen Johnson is one of my favorite players. Even though like I said, I'm a UNC fan, came from Duke. I don't even think he played there, so I ain't gonna count him. I love Jalen Johnson's game. Zachary Ricochet hasn't been as bad. Speaking of Zachary Ricochet, shout out Stephon Castle. I think that's how you pronounce his first. You know, niggas be Steven. Shout out Stephon Castle. He's been quite the player. Defensively, offensively, he's still a work in progress. But yeah, back to Zachary Ricochet. I think he's been playing pretty well for what we expected out of this draft class. And if you play with him on 2K, I know I keep bringing 2K up. He tends to turn out to be really well. His numbers don't jump out on you, but this is better than what we expected, you know? That 3-point percentage could definitely go up, though. I'd like to see you get to like 34, 35% by next year. Yeah, there's not much to talk about with this team. Let's do an over-under on how much longer Trey's going to be there. Dyson's having a really good year, a breakout year, you would say. Dyson's having a breakout year, you would say. Trae Young has probably been the best passer in the league. You know, he's usually a 29-9 type guy, but I think it's more on the 22-12 type vibe this year. He's letting the young guys run it a little more. You know, he's running it, but he's letting the young guys get a taste of getting that ball in the hoop. You know, Onyeka Okongwu, I think he's finally taking over that starting center role. This is a team. That's it. That's all. This is a team. It's not a great team. It's not an awful team. It's just an average team. So this is about 17 is great for them. 16 Orlando Magic. I think they're only here because they had so many injuries. But Paolo did had his atrocious ass game the other night against Portland. He was really, 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 really bad. They've been really, 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 really bad since he came back into the lineup too. But him and Franz just had a super nuclear game against the Pistons the other day, where they both put up like damn near the same stats, like 33 and 7 or something like that. I'm not gonna judge this team right now. I'm gonna give it a few more weeks before we really judge these guys, because they showed in the beginning of the season that they could be really, really good. They've had a lot of unfortunate injuries. Jalen Suggs is out, Mo Wagner's out, and he's an underrated piece of that team. Paolo's missed extended amount of time. Franz missed an extended amount of time. Like, they'll get back to where they were. How's KCP doing this year? I know I keep switching over it. I know y'all don't mind that. Y'all like probably looking at numbers too. Dude, I know I like that. 9, 2 and 2. Man. Oh, Jalen Suggs is back. Thanks for that. Yeah, he hasn't been good, man. This is a really, man, he has not been good, dude. He's starting, he's getting the shots, he's just not hitting them. Bankera shots like, yeah, this is super true. Franz is a great player, by the way. He's gonna be an underrated player for a really long time, because I don't think he does it flashy, but he's like a 6'9", 6'10", 2 to 4. Like, he could play the 2 or the 3 or the 4. I ain't gonna really put the 4 there because Banchero's there, but that dude is really good. Detroit, shout out K, man. Shout out fucking K, dude. Shout out K for real. My dog been going crazy this year. They say he's an all-star snub for an all-star starter snub. What? Who cares about that, really? As long as he made it. But he's the reason his team has turned around so well. You got to remember he was the number one pick. Like, coming out of Oklahoma State, he didn't have a lot of help around him there. Didn't have a lot of spacing around him there. So he's almost been dealing with the same problem since he was in college. And this year, they finally got a really good coach. They got some really good spacing around him. I think they need to upgrade at the center. Jalen Duren is okay, but I think he's a backup probably. Jaden Ivey going down was terrible because Jaden and Kay was making them guys were good together. Yeah, though. I like to see that these guys are above 500, man. I love to see it. I hope that they can sneak a 6 seed and don't have to play in the play-in. Just this ball, man. K is one of my favorite players. Last year's 2K, I did a rebuild for the Detroit Pistons, and I had K as like a Hall of Famer, probably one of the best players ever. You know, like K is a dog, bro. This team has done what they need to do. They're doing what they need to do to win. You got to know this team lost 28 games in a row last year. Like, started out like 2-30. Like, it was insane. So for them to be 23-21, man, that goes. I give a lot of shout out to Kay Cunningham and JB Bickerstaff, man, for real. Lakers at 14. I think they could be higher. I know the Lakers. They sometimes lose games that they shouldn't. So maybe 14 is really good for them. They lose games that they definitely shouldn't. Like, I think they lost both games to the Pistons this year. They're not a play-in team so far. I think they are a move or two away from being really, really a lot better than what they are. Getting rid of D'Lo was a great move for him. You see, he gets on there and says, I want to play open, free basketball. You don't want discipline? You don't want to play disciplined basketball? Like, come on, man. I think you need to get rid of Rui. Sorry, Rui. I do like you, but I think Rui's time is up. You get you a big and get you another ball handler in there. And boys got something. Anthony Davis came out and said, I want a 5 next to me. I play my best when I'm at the 4. So who are the Lakers to not listen to him? You know, who is Rob Pelinka to not listen to him? And like I said, they have been reaching out to Utah for like Walker Kessler, but they said their asking price is crazy. You know, people. When you look at dive into the analytics and stuff like that, this team is a little worse than what their record shows. But, yeah, man, teams don't like helping the Lakers out for some reason. It kind of suck, you know. Like, not like helping out, but you know, you've seen players that could go for a first, go for like 2 seconds. Like, it's nothing. People dislike the Lakers. A lot of people dislike the Lakers. I'm not one of those. I love LeBron. I'm a huge Bron fan. We don't want that Bron. We don't want that Don, nigga. We want that Hennessy, nigga. That Brian Hennessy, nigga. I don't drink Hennessy, though. 13, see, like, I think the Lakers should be above them. Like, they've been sporadic all year. They haven't been great. Their net ratings are plus 1.8, but their record's 23-21. I think they should firmly be at 14 and Lakers more towards 13. I'm sorry for going that far, but I think the Lakers definitely should be higher than the Timberwolves. I think you get off Julius Randle and get back whatever you can for him, man. Julius ain't it. Mike Fitch isn't really. Here he goes right here, by the way. He's not really playing Rob Dillingham or Terrence Shannon Jr., not giving his young men minutes. I don't like Julius Randle at all. I don't like Jaden McDaniels at all. Mike Conley's cooked. How did he have him as the 11th ranked team, man? What the hell? This team hasn't been good. They haven't shown any consistency whatsoever. Like, how did you have him then in the top 10? Ant is taking a lot of threes this year, albeit he's hitting them bitches. Like, them bitches falling. It's just like Julius Randle. And, and his numbers aren't terrible. It's just, he's just not a good fit. He's got attitude problems, and it's kind of bringing attitude problems out of Ant. It's been rumored that he called Michael Jordan and said that he's been very frustrated. He's trying to get help beating the double teams, and that just goes to show nobody cares about any of the other players on the team. They keep doubling my guy. They say he's a lack of a superstar elite, but ain't no regular player averaging 26, 4, and 4, 26, 5, and 4, and 4.2 threes per game, you know. He's uber efficient from the three this year. He's shooting 42.5%, and you can't think that just because he's shooting so many threes means he's not. He's shooting 10 threes a game, almost half his shots. He's gonna get back to these type of numbers. Yeah, I think Anthony Edwards he's in a bad spot. And then it probably sucks to see Cat over there helping New York be such a good team. I bet they wish they could have got rid of Rudy Gobert instead of Cat, because, man, that was a crazy 1-2 punch. Cat is a great 2 option. Like, he don't get in the way. Like, Rudy is in the way all the time. I think they need to get more playing time to Robert Dillingham, though. Like, for sure. Get Mike Conley off the pine a little. Keep Mike Conley on the pine, I should say. Dante DiVincenzo just went out with an injury. He was playing a lot better, but man, it hasn't been good for my boys over in Minnesota. But I don't believe they're the 13th best team in the league. Indiana is I hate watching Indiana. I don't like Indiana, but I do love Benedict Mathurin. Like, I love that guy's game. I like fearless attackers. And if you really go pay attention to his games, dude get like 7, 8 boards. Like, he be getting boards. He gets a lot of boards. 6 a game. Well, of course, I'll show y'all he's got 3, 4, and 3. But he puts up good come on, Grants. Shut up. He puts up really good numbers. I don't know what they're doing with Miles Turner. Send him to the Lakers. For real though, they don't really have much center depth, so they won't do it. But Pascal has been really good. Tyrese has been way better than what he started the season out as. Benedict has been really good. Miles Turner has been really good. Andrew Nembhard, I'm not a big fan. It's just like this team isn't as good as they were last year. I think last year was they were overachievers last year, and I think this is more the pace that they should be on. No pun intended with saying Pacers. I think this is a good ranking for them because they have been really, really, really good lately. It's just that beginning of the season wasn't too great. Tyrese didn't look great. People were like, damn, he fell off, you know? I don't like Tyrese Halliburton. It's something about him I just don't like. Dallas at 11, I think this should fall. They're 5-11 in their last 16 games. So how does that mean? Why would you have them up at last ranking? You had them at they've been 5-6, 5-11. So how? I just don't get it. Of course they have a lot of injuries. Derek Lively went down right after they said they were open to trading Daniel Gafford. PJ Washington's been only okay. Kyrie's been injured. Luka's been banged up. Like, I think that finals run did a lot to them guys. It's a lot of times where the losing team comes out of the finals and they're not as healthy. Shit, even a winning team, they're not as healthy as always. I think Derek Lively's a little overrated. He does a lot of things well. But it's just people were like, oh, he's a top 7. You know, stop all that. He's good enough for what they need. His team has just been really injured, and I get that, but that doesn't mean you should put them up as almost a top 10 team. I don't agree with that ranking whatsoever. Right now, if we're talking right now, it's probably 14, 15 best team in the league with their current players. Quentin Grimes has been playing really well though, and Najee Marshall as well. Sacramento let go of Mike Brown, and although we all thought that was a bad move to let go of Mike Brown, they've been good as hell since then, man. They're shit. They won 10 of their last 12. So it was 10 11 prior to their loss to the Nuggets. So it's 10 of the last 12, man. They've been good. They have been really, really good. I think I can't think of the coach's name. Doug Christie? Doug Christie? Yep. Doug Christie should probably stick as a coach. Mike Brown was refusing to start Keon Ellis. He tried to bring DeMar DeRozan off the bench. He was just doing all types of BS. So when you really look back at it, it wasn't great. You had De'Aaron Fox trade rumors. Like, these guys have been playing really, really well together, though. Keegan Murray, I said it. If Keegan Murray can start hitting his shots, everybody else around Keegan Murray is performing well enough. Keegan Murray is probably your best defender, and he's one of, if not your best three-point shooter, and he struggled with both sides of the ball this year. He's been playing better. He's been playing a lot better lately, and I think it shows. These guys are probably the 10th best team in the league. This is a funny looking picture to me. He like type shit. The Clippers, whew. James, boy. James Harden, the system, Mr. System himself. He hasn't been great offensively. He's put up good big numbers in certain games, but he hasn't been efficient whatsoever. And I know I said that efficient thing where they pick on who, but this isn't good. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. Especially when you're putting up as many shots as you are. Man, you gotta go travel to see this shit. Pause. 16 shots a game, only shooting 40%. I'm not a fan, but their defense has been the reason this team has been as good as it is. And James Harden, the system, is keeping them afloat. Then you got guys like Norman Powell, Amir Coffey, Terrence Mann, Ivica Zubac is having a really good year. It's just, this is a collective unit. And Kawhi's back. Kawhi's like a robot, bro. Kawhi's like a robot. Where, like, he looks like Kawhi. It's not this. These numbers aren't the same, but this little stretch right here, he's been back decent. He's been back playing very well. He's getting his feet under him. Yeah, I think this team will be a team to reckon with in the playoffs. I'm not gonna lie. I think they could come to an upset. Like if they were the 6th seed and say Memphis was the 3rd seed, Memphis better watch out. And I love Memphis. Milwaukee, this is another team that had a really bad start to the season. The guy here, picture Gary Trent, has been a lot better. Chris Middleton, he's old and like moves like a robot type shit. Like, but he's been playing a lot better. He's coming off the bench. They have if you really think about their bench unit, Chris Middleton, Gary Trent, and Bobby Portis off the bench with AJ Green as well. These guys have a really good bench unit, and their first unit is carried by Dame and Giannis and Brook Lopez, who shoots like lights out. Then you got Torian Prince shooting lights out. You know, wish players like Marjon Beauchamp or something like that could provide anything just to get a little more out this roster. But I think they're a second apron team, so it'll be hard for them to make a good trade for a good piece without giving up something good. Boss, but if they could make a decent move to get another ball handler, I think that would. Even though Chris is more of a ball handler, like a pseudo point guard, like he's not a point guard, but he does a lot of ball handling. Like you see in 22 minutes in that is 7. 8 of their last 9 games, Chris Middleton was averaging 5 assists a game, you know, so he does that. I think this is another team that's a force to be reckoned with. Like I said, if they get like a buyout or something, be careful. These guys are good. I agree. I agree so far with the list. The only things here's a couple things that I think are kind of bad. It's 2:00, by the way. It's 2:00. I think there's only like one or two things that I think is bad, but New York at 7. This is a team right here. Karl Anthony Towns and Brunson. Then you got OG and McCall, and I just wish their bench would be a little better. Josh Hart doing all the hard knock stuff, you know. This is a really good team. I don't think they will win the finals, but I'm not gonna lie. I think they could get to the Eastern Conference Finals and push that. Though this is a really, 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 really good team. They just need to work on their bench. And are these guys gonna survive the rest of the season? Denver at 6. They didn't start out their best, but this dude, man, fuck, this dude good as hell. Who the fuck goes out and put up 35, 22, and 17? Like it ain't nothing. On a Thursday. He too good. After his career is over, sorry, I'm looking down like that. After his career is over, we're gonna have to have some uncomfortable conversations about player rankings and where people stand in all-time rankings, because I'm trying to tell you, this nigga been way too good. Like, and it's not like it's just been for a short amount of time. Like, it seemed like he's getting better, right? This is just me thinking this dude has been getting better. I think he's like top 10 in almost all major statistical categories, including 3-point percentage. He's the best player in the world, for sure. Russell Westbrook, I have never been like a huge Westbrook fan, but his bounce back is amazing. Pause. Him bouncing back like that has been amazing. Jamal Murray's playing a lot better. Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon's coming off the bench and still giving a lot of run for these guys. Sorry, I got the game up on my phone. I'm going to finish this video. All right, at 5. Sorry. Yeah, this team has been really good, though. I agree with this. I think if the Lakers met up with them, I don't think they'd be getting the Lakers out there again. I think this is a team that could fight for a Western. Oh, what a pass. That pass. Western Conference Finals. This is a team that can push for that. This is a team with Nikola and Russell playing as well as they are, and Jamal Murray turning up in the playoffs. This is a team that can push for the finals, for sure. And I agree with this wholeheartedly. This might literally be the best individual season. It probably is. Production-wise, this dude has been like shooting 60% from the field, 48% from the 3. He's averaging 10 assists. He's averaging 13 rebounds. He's averaging 30 points. What the hell? Only thing he isn't they're great at is defense. And when you're doing all this, man, fuck it. Fuck the defense. But he's also top 10 in steals. I think he lead the league in steals, like at least top 5 in steals, bro. Like, what the hell? Let's check it out. We just gonna check out all his where he ranks. We're gonna check out where he ranks. He's third in points. He's third in rebounds per game. He's second in assists per game. We're not gonna count it because he's shooting more shots than all these bums right here. He's fourth in steals. He's not gonna be up here. He's second in 3-point percent. Like, dude, he's the best player of all time. Fuck it. Other than LeBron. Memphis at 5. This is a confusing team a little bit. Sorry. I don't know why he challenging Cooper DeJean like that. This is a confusing team because who is their best player? Is it Jaren Jackson Jr.? Desmond Bane's been better. Gigi Jackson is back. These dudes, man, you're not even seeing. What's crazy is you're not seeing Ja putting up 25, 26 points a game. You know, you seeing Jaren Jackson like really getting back to the defensive player of the year conversations. He going for it on 4th and 5. Some games he's having 20 something plus points, 10 boards. Like, you don't see that from him often. 2-3 blocks, 2 steals. Like, this dude has been really good. He's not their best player. I think he's probably their most impactful player this year. I don't think a person in the world would say he's better than Ja Morant, but the dude's been great. He's going to be an all-defensive first-teamer. Like, he's been really good. Desmond Bane's bouncing back, getting his feet under him. Like I said, Gigi Jackson's back. Wait till Vince Williams get back. Santi Aldama's putting up numbers. I don't know what Marcus Smart is doing. You haven't really heard him much, but you don't really need him. This team is crazy deep, man. You got John Conchar, a player that a lot of people love. It's just, they're winning. Can they do this in the playoffs, though? I think at this point they really can. I don't think these guys are a pretender anymore. I think they're a real contender. They look mature and poised. Like, they play very mature. If Ja isn't doing flashy, the craziest, you know, a lot of people are like shell-shocked by his playmaking, you know, his assists per game. But you got to know he went 20 and 10. He had 20 and 10 as a sophomore in college, and that's what put him on the map. You know, he's averaging 20 points and assists. He's always been a phenomenal passer. He had to do a lot more on the offensive side because these guys aren't showing. You can look at Jaren Jackson. He's more muscular. He's shaped now. He's like, man, like this dude look huge from the back. Pause. Super pause. These guys have just, man, this is a really good team. Houston. I'm in Thompson, dude. Hey, Washington's going on it for 2 4th downs, and they got them both. Washington, bro. I mean, I'm in Thompson, bro. Like, this is an exciting team. Jalen Green's been playing really well as of late. Alperen Şengün and Jalen Green, they were like, who's the leader of the team? They were like, man, fuck, we all gonna lock in. We all the best player on this team, and that's how they play it. That's how they play. They're a team. They have great chemistry. Of course, you got guys on the bench like Cam Whitmore, who doesn't seem to be that much of a team player, but dude, these guys have been fucking spectacular. And then you gotta know Jabari Smith is not getting his starting role. He can't, right? You can't bench Amen, right? Right? You can't. I don't think so. Not for Jabari Smith Jr. He's shooting 32% from the 3. You know, probably even worse than that. Got to compare their numbers. It's not really close, man. 35% from the 3. It's not as bad, but 12. You know, he's not gonna give you the 3-point shooting, but he's giving you everything else, dude. He's giving you literally everything else, man. Reed Shepherd hasn't gotten this tick too much. I think next year that'll change with Fred maybe not being on the team. But these guys have been really good, man. This is an exciting team. They got them at 4th. I would probably put Memphis above them just because I'll factor in experience and things like that. I'll low-key probably put Denver above them because I think, I don't know when last time they played. I think Denver, if they met them in the playoffs, would probably beat them. But this team's defense is phenomenal. Their offense is high scoring and fast. Like, these dudes are really good. I can't wait to see if Reed actually lives up to being that 3rd pick. This is a championship caliber team. I'm not gonna lie. This is a champion. They have everything. They have a dominant big. They have a dominant forward. They have dominant forwards. They got Jalen Green, who could be Jalen Breen could be Kobe Bryant 1 month, but then he could be freaking Dennis Smith. Nah, he could be Kendrick Nunn the next month. Like, you never know 100%. But this team is like one big move away from being a really, really championship contending team. Really good though. Shout out to them, man. I'm loving it. I won't speak too deeply on them because I think I'm gonna cover them in their own episode. But man, Boston at third. Boston's been coasting. It seems like it seems like they haven't been as dominant. They're still a dominant team, but they haven't been as dominant. As you can see, they're 5-5 in their last 10 and 10-9 in their last 19 overall. They dropped that game against the Lakers where they kind of got manhandled. They're not shooting the ball as well. I think that's what it really is. They're not shooting the ball as well. This is a team that leans on three-point shooting. But Jason Tatum still having an amazing year. They're 31-14. It just goes to show you how dominant they are. We're talking like they falling off a cliff. This is still the third best team in the league. Probably one or two if not for this slump. You know, they're going to get back on track. I know there are a lot of games back right now, but I still wouldn't even be surprised if they somehow get back up to that 1 seed in the East. This is a really, really good team. I would be afraid to play them in the playoffs, of course. Like, I think they need to work on their bench, though. I think that's one thing. I get it. You get these guys that are low cost, high value. You know, with the 3-point shooting and like Sam Howell or Luke Cornell, but you gotta get some real dogs off that bench. I don't know if you have a real dog off the bench, a real guy to control that second unit. Payne Pritchard's cool though, but he relies heavily on perimeter shots, and it's not guaranteed that you're gonna hit all your. He's having a really good year, but it's not guaranteed that you're gonna hit all your perimeter shots every night. You know. It's like I said, it'll still be hard to pick any opponent over them. 4 cold shooting nights, I said, feels more possible than it did a few weeks ago. Yeah, they rely very heavily on shooting. Cleveland at 2. Yeah, they have looked a little lately. 3-3 in their last 6. Oh, jeez, that means you were 33-4 at one point, or 36-7, which is still like, damn. like they're a really, really, really good team. Evan Mobley has taken that step, and I still think there's more room to grow. But he's certainly taken that step into almost superstardom. Donovan Mitchell has allowed his teammates to help him out, so they haven't been relying on him scoring 28 points a game. I think when the playoffs comes around, that'll change back a little bit more. But Darius Garland has been really good lately. Jared Allen is very dependable. Max Strus, I love Max Strus's game. He's not a big name guy, but I really like Max Strus. It's been a lot going on with the team. There's a lot of good positives about the team and not too many negatives. I love seeing Cleveland ball out like this. I think you could get a bona fide 3 that will do wonders for you guys. Max Strus plays well at the 3, but you could really upgrade, send him to the bench. I don't know what you would do because I don't want you to get rid of Dean Wade. I don't want you to get rid of Karis LeVert. You can't get rid of Jared Allen because that's a part of you. You know, Isaac Okoro. If you can get something for him and some picks, I swing. You know, I swing. But I want a defensive center. 3. There go that boy. Saquon scored. Saquon's first touch was a touchdown. OKC F1, of course. OKC is my pick to win the championship this year. Man, these dudes are super good, man. These dudes are super good. For some reason, the Mavs just have their number. I'm gonna read that second paragraph. Dallas eliminated OKC from the for playoffs. And after beating the Thunder on Thursday, in a game in which PJ Washington stuffed the stat sheet with 22 points, 19 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. The Mavs beat them in the season series 3-1. You got 3 of 8 losses have come to one team. That's crazy. Chet isn't back yet though. Hardenstein isn't 100% healthy. Shea, I think, is probably gonna play every game this year. Jalen Williams, I'm kind of scared to see that he hasn't taking that big step, averaging 24, 25 while because they don't have go through their roster. They don't have many bona fide scorers. They don't have a lot of super duper scorers on that team. So Jalen Williams not stepping up to the plate is kind of scaring me a little bit, but he's still been good this year. Shea's just been on another planet. But he got to watch out because I think Nikola Vucevic, if he finished with a top 4 seed, that's his MVP again. I'm sorry. Nikola Vucevic has had probably the greatest season I've ever seen with my own eyes. I know Russell Westbrook had that 30-point triple double, but he wasn't doing it as efficiently and things like that. Yeah, that's it though. OKC, their defense is amazing. Their offense is spotty a little bit, like I said, because they don't have too many bona fide scorers. But Chet coming back is gonna help. It's gonna do wonders with that. Let's see, is he ramping up to be back? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, he said it on my birthday. Damn. When did he come back? I don't know. He's been gone for a really long time. It's almost time for him to come back. I'm hoping that he comes back soon. Shea just had his first 50-point game. Even though he averaged 30 in back-to-back years, he just had his first 50-point game. The Thunder are balling, man. We all expected that. This is a really good list. I'm not gonna lie, his top 3 is perfect. I think I would move them down to 6, move them up to 5th, move them to 4th, move the Nuggets to 5th. This is good. This is good. This is good. It's scary a little bit, but it's decent. I don't like them there. I think they should move down to 15th, 16th. I think this is good. I think they should be below the Lakers, and that's how I would have it. Otherwise, shit, it's pretty spot on. Yeah, though, man. Like I said, I'm currently watching this Commanders. Bad return. Commanders Eagles game. So that's the end of the video. I'm gonna see what the stat of the week thing they talking about is. Over the course of the NBA's nearly 8-decade-long history, just 30 teams have averaged at least 120 points per game for a season. Only 14 of those have come in the 3-point era, but through games played on Thursday, 3 of those are from this season: the Grizzlies, Cavs, and the Nuggets. All good. Yeah, thanks y'all for checking in with me. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. Let's pray that the Eagles lose this game. Let's pray that the Chiefs lose. Yeah, let's say I hit my bets. Peace out.